Hello, welcome to Silver Wheel Tarot. My name is April. Today I'm going to be doing another Soul Path guidance reading for you all. So with that, let me go ahead and shuffle the cards and explain what I do in this reading. So what I'll typically do is pull a card for where you've been and a card for where you're going to on your path. And I'm using the Practical Magic Oracle for that today. And then, actually I feel led to switch these around. Okay. And then I'm going to pull some tarot cards and oracle cards for the path that you are on. And basically those cards represent the path you're on, what is shaping your reality at the moment, and the shifts that are going to happen in your path during this time. Okay. So we're going to go here, one here. Okay. And let me just pull a couple more oracle cards here. Let's see what we have from there. All right, and then we'll pull some more cards as needed. Okay, so let's go ahead and see where you're coming from. Be kind, charming. Number 24 reduces down to a 6. With the roses in the background. It's a very pretty card. Okay, let's see where you're going. Ask for forgiveness. Now there's 2 forgiveness cards in this deck, and I think one of them tends to refer to forgiveness for yourself, and one is forgiveness of others, or different aspects of forgiveness. We'll see what else we get as we go along. Okay, so this represents the path you're on, the options ahead. The Archer, you are aiming for a goal. Creator, Fire. Okay, and then what shapes your reality? Star card. So I love that they're entering a path on this card here. And stars can represent your hopes and your dreams. And it says, fill your cup with sacred giggles. Love that. Okay, and the shifts in your path. Oh, we have 2 of arrows. Injustice is the key word on here. So this would typically be the 2 of Swords card, and it has a keyword of injustice on it. Typically this position represents your willingness to adapt and change. And it says, find your sacred flow. So I'm not really reading in just yet where you're coming from a space of being kind and charming, if we're going literal with the keywords I'm hearing, and ask for forgiveness. Forgiveness But if where you're headed towards is asking for forgiveness, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what role that is playing in this. Your path is very clear, okay? The current path you're on, you're aiming for some sort of goal, a hope, a dream. You're working on it. But there's also this need, with this Two of Arrows or Two of Swords, and injustice. It's about your choices and you're willing, it's adaptability. And finding your sacred flow. Finding your way along the path. Something needs to shift. Let's pull, I have the Druid Wisdom Oracle deck here. I'm going to pull one for the where you're coming from and where you're going to, because I'm not making the connection with this just yet. What are you asking for forgiveness for? Are you asking for forgiveness? Is someone else asking for forgiveness? But I feel like it's you, because it's in where you're going, the position that you're going to. But if you're coming from a position of being kind and charming and caring, compassionate, and you're following your hopes and your dreams, and you are, making aim for this this goal that you have, yet there's some sort of, there's a representation here of your fire, right? The aim that you have on your goal, filling your cup with joy. You're following your dream, you're filling your cup. And in the last position is finding your sacred flow, and there's choices to be made, a shift that needs to happen. I don't know what I just did with that card. This one wants to come out. And this is going to be for the be kind, where you're coming from. How you love yourself is the first lesson you teach others on how to love you. The waters reflect your nature in pure truth. Gather and carry pine for protection and peace. Oh, it's a pine tree, back of that. And coming from this being kind and charming space, that is where you've been, and you're able to express that to others. Okay, I mean, that fits, but I'm not quite sure yet how this ask for forgiveness comes in here. Even with a shift that needs to take place around the area of finding your sacred flow. So if you're trying to find your niche, or your method or your process for doing things, what comes to mind is that often, sometimes when you are learning, when you are trying to explore new ideas, it's very normal to imitate others. This is a natural part of the learning process. Children do it all the time. When they are looking to learn something, they watch how others do it, and they copy, and then they try it, and eventually what happens is they start trying different things. It's like trying on different clothes until you find what fits, and then you're able to make it your own. And what's coming to mind here, what's coming to mind is that, like, say you're in I'm going to use social media just because it easily comes to mind. People can be easily offended or hurt if they feel like they are being copied or mimicked. When it may just be a very innocent step in the process of you really trying to discover yourself. If you are new and you are trying new things, and I know that they say, oh, you know, get inspired by somebody, but make it your own. Well, a lot of times anyone who's brand new at something, they are trying to make it their own, but they don't realize really how similar they are imitating others. That is something that comes out along a little bit further in the process. And I kind of feel like that in finding your sacred flow, that this might be part of the issue here. Maybe you've been influenced by something that inspired you, and you have kind of taken on that demeanor or that role or that persona, say. And she's got blindfolds on here. Okay, let me show you this. She has a blindfold on. She is going inward. She is looking. She perhaps feels a sense of injustice, like that others are judging her too harshly, unjustly. You know, maybe if I feel a sense of hurt here. She's sitting on her throne. She is going inward. She is connected to spirit. She is also balancing out the weight of life and balance between things that are needed and things that are wanted and desires here. And she's also put down her bow. She has her foot on the bow, whereas in the first part here, the path you're on is even though you are aiming for your goals and your dreams here, with her foot on here, the aim is inward. Okay, this is really a soul path journey for you. So any presence of trying to be inspired by others and trying different things to come into your own, to be who you are, it comes from a very innocent space. And what I'm feeling off this card is that perhaps you feel like you have arrows to the heart, that you are going inward, you are connecting with spirit, you are just going through the learning process, yet others around you, you feel unjustly attacked, or like others are offended or hurt by you being yourself as you are learning to step into who you are. And you feel that it's unjust, that, you know, others who have been on the path a while should have the wisdom and the understanding and the compassion to know that anyone who is brand new, like a child, is learning and mimicking and experiencing things, and they are trying to make it their own, and they are developing, right? But the development has to happen. They are not in the same space as those who have been doing something a long time. And I kind of feel like you're in this position, like perhaps there is someone maybe that you look up to who you feel unjustly judged by. And you're just trying to find your own flow. You're really honestly trying to go about things in a very sincere way. Okay? And I feel like this is where this ask for forgiveness is coming in. That perhaps perhaps you're coming to this realization and you're trying to just really, you know, take the moral high ground and say, hey, look, please forgive me if I have offended you, or you feel like I have copied you in any way, or that my dream looks similar to your dream. I am really just going about and following spirit and guidance and doing the best I can to step into my own. Like, I feel like that is where you're headed. Okay, this card has come up a couple times, so I'm going to go ahead and read the back of it. Ritual of Earth. A circle for spirits and ancestors on earth. Your life is the blessing of the old god's birth. Carry dendritic agate and for transformation and purification. Yeah, you're at a spot in your path. You are at a spot where you are truly stepping into your own. You are shedding the things that have, like trying on a lot of different clothes per se to be someone who makes clothes, right? You're inspired by somebody else. It could be social media. It could be sewing. I don't sew. I don't know why I have that analogy. Maybe that means something to somebody. But you're reaching that point where finally this is you. You've been able to be inspired and develop into your own strengths, identify your own weaknesses. You are now able to really step aside actually and find your inspiration from within instead of from without. And so you're more authentic that way. It's a really beautiful place to be in your path. And so where you're going, it's kind of sad feeling to me, honestly, this sense of feeling to a need to ask forgiveness for going along a normal process of learning and exploring and figuring things out, to feel like you need to apologize to those who have been there before, who are there to set an example, to set that example, to be emulated, to be looked up to be admired. But it really shows something about your character, honestly, to acknowledge the feelings of others, what others might be going through, and to really truly seek forgiveness, to say, look, I didn't realize what I was doing. I was just trying to learn and grow. While all along, at the same time, you're now in a space where you are actually seeing inwardly and being inspired from inside, from who you are. And you're able to look at that now, and you're able to say, you know, it wasn't intentional, but I may have hurt some people along the way, and I really, truly feel sorry for that. It's a very humble, compassionate place to come from. Oh my gosh, I just got it. So, the be kind, the charming, your nature is just so calm and so pure. And it says here that how you love yourself is the first lesson you teach others. The lesson that you are essentially teaching those who you looked up to for an example by asking for forgiveness for offending or hurting them, that you didn't realize you were doing that. And that in doing that, it is showing them a lesson of the same type of compassion and understanding. And it says the first lesson you teach others is how to love you. Because you love others the way that you would like to be loved, regardless of what they do, what they say, how they act. You have such a pure heart that you care so deeply. And that's why, even though you feel like you have arrows through your heart and that you've been unjustly judged for just being you and learning and growing and doing the process, but at the same time, that pure heart, it's like you're stabbed by those arrows, right? And instead of being concerned about how it hurt you, you are showing compassion towards the ones that shot the arrow. I mean, this is gonna make me cry, you guys. This is intense. And really truly feeling a sense of compassion and sorrow almost for having unintentionally hurt others or offended others, because that wasn't your intention at all. But you know that hurt people, and so though you feel hurt, you know that the reason for the judgment is because they felt hurt. And so you're the first to show that extending the hand of asking for forgiveness is where you're going. It's a deeper inner wisdom. This other card wants to be read. Let's see what it says. I kid you not. It says Mother of Tears on there. Did I not just say this was almost bringing me to tears? Sometimes the best of life opens only once we've let ourselves shed countless tears. So let go and breathe slowly but surely. Black tourmaline will grant you protection and support. Carry one in secret and place one at your front door. That's a beautiful message, you guys. I don't even really feel like I need to go much further than that on this. Normally I would pull some additional cards and dive deeper, but I feel like it's a very deep, very sentimental message here of you learning how to be kind to others, how to be kind to yourself, to building this space of confidence in yourself, to be able to set your sight on your goals, to learn how to have fun and enjoyment in life, to go after your dreams, to go down that path, only to end up going inward and authentically coming from a space that is truly you. Feeling unjustly judged by those you looked up to, mentors, even if they didn't know that they were your mentors, because maybe you didn't have a mentor, so you had to, find people to look up to emulate, okay? And feeling unjustly judged, and instead of feeling hurt for yourself, you feel sorrow and ask for forgiveness for having hurt your mentors. That is a very beautiful, compassionate heart space to be coming from. Beautiful reading. So I feel led again to kind of read what's at the bottom of these cards here in case you want to carry the stones with you. If any of these touched you, it says gather and carry pine for protection and peace. We have carry dendritic agate for transformation and purification. And black tourmaline will grant you protection and support. Carry one in secret and place one at your front door. Beautiful. All right, well, I hope that was helpful to you. Sorry, I can't speak today. Let me know what you think down in the comments. All right, I'll see you all next time. Be blessed.